Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Thursday, June 28th, 2012. Within the past hour, there's been a big explosion in downtown Damascus, the Syrian capital, apparently at the intersection of the street in front of the Justice Ministry. A number of people have been wounded. U.S. cable TV networks are following it. There's a huge pall of black smoke out over the capital. Today's the day in Washington, D.C. that the United States Supreme Court is going to release its ruling on President Obama's health care reform law. The betting is right now pretty even that parts of the bill are in fact going to be invalidated by the court. There will be election ramifications concerning this ruling, no doubt. And frankly, nobody knows what's going to happen, so we'll see. Well, there's another person who didn't know what was going to happen, and that was CEO of JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon, when he testified in front of Congress 2 weeks ago about the losses emanating from the London trading unit. He said that it would be about $2 billion. In fact, there's a report on the front page of today's New York Times citing unnamed sources within JP Morgan that in fact the loss might be as high as $9 billion. This could in fact pose problems for Mr. Dimon. Market Forum, the Lloyd's Syndicate, has confirmed that John O'Neill, who's been serving as the interim CEO, is going to be the CEO. Mr. O'Neill has been the chief operating officer of Randall Quilter, and he was also the head of claims for Wellington. He's a good man. We wish him well. In the United States, the National Weather Service is issuing a string of excessive heat warnings, indicating that some of the heat that's coming, in fact, could be life-threatening. Temperatures in the United States are scheduled to soar to 100 degrees or more in much of the country within the next 72 hours. Heat warnings have been issued for Illinois, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, Nebraska, Missouri, Indiana, Oklahoma, and Kansas. Parts of central Indiana will see the hottest weather since the 1930s. This always surprises me. For some reason, I don't think of passenger trains existing in Saudi Arabia, but the derailment of a passenger train about 70 kilometers away from Riyadh, the capital, this morning has left about 35 people injured. New insurance claims that have been coming in from Colorado, the state that's now been hard hit again. We've mentioned the wildfires already, but the hail, wind, and flooding that wreaked havoc there on June 6th and 7th in Denver and Colorado Springs are going to come in with claims at about $325 million. This would make it the state's fourth most costly catastrophe. It's been not a good season for Colorado. And at the luxury Corinthia Hotel, located between Whitehall and Trafalgar Square in Washington, in London today, this morning at about 6:22 a.m., there was a fire in a 7th floor elevator shaft. All 325 guests were evacuated. The fire was contained. There were no reports of any damage or injuries. The Corinthia is one of those luxury hotels that when you walk by, you wonder who could be staying in there. And you never know until, of course, a fire forces everybody to go stand in the street. Well, one such person who was discovered standing in the street after being evacuated was the singer Rihanna. Nobody else was recognized. Who knows who else could have been among the group. That's the news for today. I'm going to be watching the Supreme Court ruling at 11 a.m. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. We'll see you tomorrow.